Happy 50th episode. Welcome back, everybody, to another one of Triple Threat Talk. My name is Connor Ryan.
Jonah Newberger, and welcome back for the third time this week.
Third time. And
Cue the music.
cue the
Where's our
music.
applaud music? Don't you have the applaud music?
Hold on. Just a second. Just a second. Hold on.
There it is.
Yeah. Episode 50. We really appreciate you all joining us and being here with us for the special one. Crazy to think. Been a year, 50 episodes. I understand, obviously, not as much as some other podcasts out there, but hey, we got other jobs in this thing. We don't get paid.
About once a week we did. I mean, 2 off, but close enough.
Exactly. But hey, we made up for it with 2 other episodes in the last week. So if, God forbid, we need to do more, we can. We know we can. So, Jonah, how you feeling?
Feeling good.
Good.
Happy Memorial Day.
Happy Memorial Day. Happy 3-day weekend to everybody who's celebrating.
Love it.
Got a good episode for you all today. Got NBA recap of Game 3 and 4 of the Western Conference Finals and Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Go New York.
Go New York, go New York, go. Funny enough, quite literally two opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to the intensity of these respective series.
Yeah.
You have a series in which one team is making a mockery of themselves and the other is looking like the best team in the playoffs. And then you have another that is an absolute bloodbath. So let's talk about the bloodbath first. Game 3 and Game 4, respectively, of the Western Conference Finals has happened. Last night was Game 4, and then on Friday was Game 3. And that was the last time we recorded, right before that game specifically. Thunder take the 2-1 lead with Game 3, led by more vintage SGA performance, but more importantly, Jared McCain off the bench for 24 points. Daryl Morey, you handed the Thunder a Western Conference Finals win.
Thought they sold high.
They thought.
Little
did they know, they've just drafted like 3 really good guards in a row, and then you really only can have 2 when they're all like similar size, respectfully.
Yeah.
So, but Jared McCain played great. My least favorite player on the Thunder played great, Jalen Williams. Not talking about J-Dub, Jalen.
Yeah.
SGA played well, but I think as
Did
well,
he?
like,
He
played okay. He played okay. But, I think the big storyline is Isaiah Hartenstein having another more impact, and as well as Stephon Castle getting rattled in the third quarter with the couple of hard fouls with I think it was AJ Mitchell and Alex Caruso. So Alex Caruso continuing to step up, of course, unsurprisingly, after shooting 29% from 3 in the regular season. But hey, that's what the playoffs do. Brings out the best, and it shows off the worst, and you can add Chet Holmgren to that worst list. But I think the big thing from Game 3 was just the overall production of the bench from the Thunder that we've seen game in and game out. It's like, I think on average, like the Thunder's bench is producing about like 30 to 40 points a game, whereas the Spurs bench is like 15 to 25. And that's a major difference. The non-Wemby minutes is, I think, like so far, including Game 4, the non-Wemby minutes are a minus 49. With him on the floor, he's a plus 50 as a team. So pretty big difference when it comes to that. But Game 3 was a battle. Thunder pull it out. Game 4 was the first time in a long time, I think first time since 2025, that we could say the Thunder got dog smacked in the playoffs. And it wasn't relatively close. It wasn't. It was all Spurs. And I saw something today that apparently De'Aaron Fox said that after Game 3, Greg Popovich came into the locker room and ripped him a new one. And boy, did they respond correctly. And before I hand it over to you, Jonah, I just want to bring one thing to your attention.
Talk to me.
11 years ago and 13 days ago, Stephen Curry had a performance of 33 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals on 63.6% shooting 11 of 22 from the field with 4 turnovers. In a Game 4 victory against the Memphis Grizzlies, inevitably to keep their season alive. Victor
Wembanyama the game where he
last
hit that
night
half court shot.
What?
Is that the one where he hit the falling down 3/4 half court shot?
It wasn't.
Do you know that series I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. He has that corner shot that but then as well, kind of the 3/4 court one. So I think it's that.
You know
that
series? Is it that series?
Yeah, I think so.
That series was great.
Victor Wembanyama last night, while down 2-1 on the brink of elimination, had 33 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals on 63.6% shooting with 11 of 22 from the field and 4 turnovers. They had the exact same stat line. 33 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 63.6% true shooting percentage on 11 of 22 from the field for 4 turnovers.
How Wemby only getting 8 rebounds up?
Because they were making because other people were rebounding. There were times where Wemby was very much just being primary guarder, whereas I feel like there's a lot of times where they're able to get away with him just being able to roam in the paint and everything. But it was very evident that he needed to step up on Hartenstein, especially to start the game last night. Hartenstein started 4 for 4 from the field, all on those push shot floaters, and he scored the first 8 points for the Thunder. So another little fun fact stat, in the past 2 years, in 145 regular season games, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has scored less than 20.0 times. In 35 playoff games, he's scored less than 25 different times just in the past 2 years.
Media won't talk about that.
No, you don't want to talk about that. They will hate on Jason Tatum. That's crazy.
They will. If Jason Tatum was 31 of 79 in a series, he'd be getting torn apart. But if it's SGA, they're like, hey, it's okay.
He did get torn apart. He did get torn apart, and he recovered because he's champ.
He's champ.
But
if SGA does that, then no one bats an eye, and you're like, all right.
But he's 2-time MVP. What do you mean?
Free throw merchant.
Tied up 2-2. We got a best of 3 series now, heading back to Oklahoma City. Love it.
Dude, I hope the Spurs pull this out.
I do as well. Spurs-Knicks would be electric.
What if Cavs come back?
They don't have LeBron. Let's chill out.
They have.
I saw a stat. I saw a stat where it was like 3 different series where it was the Cavs were down 2 and they all came back to win it. They all have LeBron on the team.
Yeah. That helps.
And somebody just replied with, LeBron ain't walking through that door, dog. Come on. What are we doing here?
What are we doing?
Let's be rational. What are we doing? So, game 3, Knicks Cavs happened on Saturday night.
That was a good game.
It was a solid game. Solid game for the first half. Cavs kept it close. Went to half down 60-54. Then the Knicks defense showed up and Jalen Brunson started hitting shots and Captain Clutch. So
Big Purr.
Jalen Brunson played really well. OG played great. Mikal Bridges played well. Josh Hart played well. Cat played all right.
I like Ogugwa.
Ogugwa, yeah.
Ogugwa and Anobi Jr.
OG.
My God.
I have a question for you. What is your name? What is your actual name?
He goes, Ogugwa. He's like, you're not pronouncing it right.
My name
He's
is
like, well, you're not telling me it correctly.
Yeah. Well, you're not telling it me correctly. All right, thanks, Chuck.
Dude, I love OG. He's so good.
Congrats, Jalen. Well deserved.
I'm like, hey, Knicks fans. Go Knicks.
Knicks fans. OG, can we get a smile?
He's like, he's so humble. I like it. It's like,
I like him. I love
he's
OG.
He's a baller. He doesn't.
Congrats, Jalen. Well deserved.
And it's just of his forehead. He's
He's funny. He's very funny.
Yeah, he's great.
But I mean, it's the Knicks right now to lose, I'd say.
Look, it's Holland partying on a bus.
Right.
Champion parade.
That's funny.
The 2-time cup winner now this season. FA Cup, Carabao Cup. Had to get the parade going today.
Not Premier League champ though. That's tough.
Hey, how about 6 in the last 10 years, okay, buddy?
That's fair. Fair enough. I don't got a team, so actually maybe Bournemouth. Come on.
Bournemouth
I think it was. Bournemouth
was
sick. The OG, I believe.
Bournemouth are cool. I thought it was Everton. I think it was Bournemouth. Bournemouth's solid. They got Europa League.
Yeah.
Dude, so it's actually some pretty Who got conference? Brighton. Yeah. So Premier League got 5 Champions League teams for next year. Arsenal, City, United, Aston Villa, and Liverpool. And they got 2 Europa League teams with Bournemouth and Sunderland. Sunderland came out of nowhere this year.
Mm-hmm.
They finished 7th, which is crazy. They just got promoted last year. So shout out to them. And then Brighton finished
Spurs
8th.
got relegated.
Dude, I was hoping they would. They just
Leeds
Everton just couldn't score.
Through. Yeah,
they couldn't. I mean, because West Ham won their game. I'm just like, come on, Everton, you just got to score.
Leeds couldn't pull through, or no, sorry, West Ham couldn't pull through against Leeds.
No, they did. They won 3-0.
They did. Damn.
They needed Spurs to lose and West Ham to win. So Everton just didn't pull their weight when they played it against Tottenham. But whatever, it'll be a good season next year. World Cup though, World Cup summer, love it.
Gonna be a good one. Gonna be a lot of fun.
We'll get into that in a couple weeks more, but yeah, NBA Game 4, Knicks. Well, Game 4 of Spurs Thunder last night.
Yeah, Game 4 was last night. Game 4 is gonna be tonight
for the Knicks.
Yeah, and then,
but last night's Spurs, that was just Wemby played great.
Yeah. Like, did you see the Kenny Atkinson quote?
No.
Analytically, we've won 2 out of 3.
Who's we?
The Cavs.
2 out of 3. What?
From an analytics perspective, he's saying that they should have won those games. Or 2 of those 3 games. But I quote tweeted it and said, statistically, you're down 3-0.
Analytically speaking, well, statistically speaking.
Well, factually
look,
speaking.
It's Mark Gouy with the trophy.
Shout out Mark.
Shout out Mark. He's the starting center back for England World Cup this year.
Mm.
We can go through some of those teams in later episodes, but
yeah,
World Cup starts in couple weeks.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I think like the 12th of June.
Friday, June 12th. I will be off of work that day.
Let me pull up.
Yeah, I don't know when specifically it happens, but something we definitely can discuss. All NBA teams were announced.
World Cup starts on Thursday, June 11th.
I will be on PTO that day.
Sorry, Thursday, June 11th.
Let's go through them real quick. First team, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Nikola Jokic were voted unanimously. Victor Wembanyama was 1 vote away from being a unanimous vote. Actually, hold on. Let me just pull up the exact full voting. Wemby was 1 vote away from being unanimous first team. Luka Doncic, 91 of 99 first place votes. And Cade Cunningham, the last player to round out the first team. Second team, led by Jaylen Brown, then Kawhi, then Donovan Mitchell, Kevin Durant, Jalen Brunson. And then third team, Tyrese Maxey, Jamal Murray, Jalen Johnson, Jalen Duren, and Chet Holmgren. First people left off in terms of snubs, Denny Avdia, Cat, Scotty Barnes, James Harden, Alperen Şengün, LaMelo Ball, Stephon Castle, Bam Adebayo, Derek White, Cooper Flagg, Brandon Ingram, and Evan Mobley.
For
Flagg, Ingram, and Mobley all got 1 third place vote. White had 3 for third place votes. Bam Adebayo had 4. Stephon Castle got a second place vote. Same with Şengün, Harden, Cat, and Denny.
I was a little shocked that Brown didn't get first team All-NBA.
I'm not that shocked just because I feel like it's a media vote. I feel like as well, he's just a polarizing player at times. People, you either love Jaylen Brown or you hate Jaylen Brown, or you're not just not the biggest fan of him. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of his streams from time to time. And like just the timing of some of them. He was streaming when they got announced last night. He's like he said that he understood. Obviously, he's he said it himself essentially. But I have a hard time as well, like, because I get it. I understand the value that Cade had, but they played unreal when he went down with the collapsed lung towards the end of the year. And Jaylen Brown, if he was out for really any of it, then other than like the occasional like garbage game that he was out, it wasn't until Tatum was back or it was for the fact that they just were playing a bad team. But he was the reason the Celtics did as well as they did this season. So, but yeah, I mean, some of the big names that you could point out in terms of this, Scotty Barnes, Cat being 2 of the bigger ones. LeBron, I know people had questions, but it was just a game limit thing.
Yeah.
He didn't reach 65.
So did Luka reach 65?
He and Cade appealed to the system, and they both played 64, I think, and they got it because Luka basically used the reasoning that he went back to Slovenia to witness the birth of his child, and so they basically gave him the exception there, and then they gave Cade the exception because of the collapsed lung, but they did not give Ant the exception as well because he was at like 61 games played and everything like that. So
interesting. And Jokic hit it.
Jokic was unanimous. Yeah, he hit
But
it.
I'm saying he hit the 65.
Yeah.
I thought he was
hit
really
minimum
close
65.
to not getting it.
What?
I thought he was really close to not hitting 65.
He was, but then he played like every game for the rest of the year.
You know, that last game of the year where he played like the first quarter and then didn't play
Yeah.
the rest, I think was his
Exactly.
65th. That's a little ridiculous, but whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, I mean, I think first team was pretty good. Would you agree?
Say that again?
First team, they all deserved it. Yeah.
Like, I may not be the biggest fan of some of the guys, but like, yeah,
Yeah. Fair enough.
1,000% think they deserved it.
Yeah.
So here's a really good way of putting it. Like, Jaylen Brown was just voted the 6th best player out of 450 players this year.
So who are the 5 ahead of him? All 5 first.
Yeah, it'd be Luka, Cade.
No, is that how the MVP came? Well, all the 5 MVP voters ahead of him, first team?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah. So, like, I feel like that's how essentially that most of the time they'll do it. They'll basically say like, "Hey, this person I think should have been this spot."
That's fair.
I mean, 44 people voted Jaylen Brown to be on the first team.
Really?
He had 44 first place votes.
Pretty good.
He was the only person. So ready? Shea had 100, Jokic had 100, Wemby had 99, Doncic had 91, Cade Cunningham had 60, Jaylen Brown had 44. Other than that, nobody else had double digits first place team votes this year. Kawhi had 4, Donovan Mitchell had 2. So props to JB. Unreal season. Nothing to hang the hat on. So
draft time?
Draft or questions, I thought.
We'll see what comes up.
Sure. Draft time. Real quick, actually.
Yeah.
2 questions.
Let's hear it.
Do you think the Knicks close it out tonight?
Yes.
And do you think it will go 7 for the other series? If not, what's your prediction?
I think Knicks definitely close it out tonight. Unless they somehow just lay an egg in Cleveland's like, we're not going to let our season end, which could happen, but I think they'll close it out. I'm torn between 2. I think it would go 7th, Thunder win. Because of 2 of those games at home. If it goes 6, if I think Spurs could win in 6.
Mm-hmm.
If Spurs win tonight, I think they win the series at home. But, well, obviously, yeah, I mean, that would be most likely. But I think even if they split like home away, whatever, and it goes to 7 in OKC, I think the Thunder probably pull it out. But I think the way that they looked last night, dude, I think they could take Game 5 in OKC. I'm gonna go Spurs in 6.
I think the big concern, just for the Thunder's sake, is it like as much as people like want to say like how good they are, like no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
You need that second shot creator. You need that secondary and tertiary guy. And if J-Dub and AJ Mitchell don't play, that's going to be a big factor. Yeah. So I think it's going to be a lot on their health for the rest of the series.
Yeah.
And because of that, I'm going to go Spurs in 7.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm going to go Spurs in 6, but I do agree that if it goes 7, I do believe that they'll probably be back, and then it will be Thunder in 7. Most likely.
Yeah.
But if the Spurs continue to play the way that they did last night, it's going to be a lot tougher than it previously was.
No, I agree.
So, all right, draft time.
Yeah.
Jonah, you got a topic for us? What do we want to do?
I kind of like if you could attend any sporting event in sports history, what would it be? Let's give like 3 to 5. We could draft 5 each.
Yeah, we can do 5.
All right. You want first pick?
I had first pick last time. I will give you first pick.
Okay.
And we'll just go back and forth.
Yeah. And this is like, you could even just pick a specific game in a series or whatever event.
That's how I'm going to approach it, is you go to one specific thing. Like, as much as the Olympics would be like, oh, I want the 2008 Olympics. That'd be like
You could say like the gold medal basketball game final.
Exactly.
I think with my first pick, I could go so many different directions here. I'm gonna go 28-3, Pats Falcons Super Bowl.
Good pick.
I feel like that one would just be, I mean, at least kind of knowing the outcome. I mean, obviously, if I don't know the outcome, it'd be tough because I'd be like, fuck, am I just gonna leave at halftime? Hopefully not.
I mean,
but
yeah, I feel like you just get to go to the event. You kind of know what's gonna happen, sort of.
Yeah.
Like you just get to relive the event, but you also like you know why you're going, essentially. Yeah. That's a fair pick.
Where are you going here?
Is this like okay? I'm just gonna get like really personal. I mean, yeah, I don't care. I don't really care at all, actually. I want Game 6, 2022 Eastern Conference semifinals, Milwaukee, Boston, Jason Tatum 46-point game.
2022.
Just JT Game 6, Milwaukee. It's the greatest JT performance of all time. I remember watching it live on TV.
Better than his 50-point game 7 against the Sixers.
1,000%. In terms of efficiency, that is
because that was to extend the series.
State. That was
to send it to 7.
Send it to 7 after being up like 2-possession game with like a minute something remaining in Boston and just crumbling. JT did not hit the rim. On his makes. They were all swishes. The turnaround on Drew on the right baseline. The step up on I think it was George Hill or Wesley Matthews on the left wing. Pat Connaughton at some point as well on the left wing. Like if I could see a game in person, it would be that. That's the first game. Like let me put it like this. Whenever I see that highlight reel pop up on Twitter, I'm watching it. If I see Game 6 JT and I see the 2.5 minute, 3 minute clip pop up, I'm watching the entire thing. I don't care what I'm doing. I'm watching it.
I like it. My next one, I know you're not going to ever take this, but I'm still going to take it at number 2. 2023 Champions League final, Man City, Inter Milan, that night in Istanbul. I mean, come on. Probably the greatest day of my life. One of winning the treble, winning the Champions League first time. Dude, that season was unforgettable. Yeah, I'd probably pick that. That would be. I wish I could parlay that with like FA Cup final because it was for the treble, but close enough.
Go with your third pick,
dude. I might be going a lot of soccer here.
I'm gonna go Game 4, 2004 ALCS, the Steel, and we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you later tonight. Red Sox, Yankees, the beginning of the breaking of the curse, the first of the 4 days in October.
Love it.
I mean, like 86 years of bullshit, 86 years of a dumbass trade that shouldn't have happened. And I swear to God, if Mookie Betts is the second reincarnation of it, I'm going to crash out. It is what it is. But the Dave Roberts steal to the single from David Ortiz to the homer in extra innings, and then Joe Buck, what a call. We'll see you later tonight. And then Game 5 happening, and then the bloody sock, and then the murder that was in New York in Game 7. Just perfection. But Game 4 specifically, give me that.
I'm going to go a pick that you probably would like. 2024, sorry. Celtics Game 5 finals. I mean, don't even need to explain that one. That atmosphere would have been electric.
Yeah, that would have been. I very much like overlooked that just because I do agree. Of course, I think like that would have been my next pick probably. I just for some reason just didn't want to go to that right away just because I feel like that's almost like such a chalk pick. I feel like I had such a euphoria from watching it at home and being able to experience it like on my couch and everything that. Like 1,000%. So my third pick, this is tough because there are some Super Bowls I'm thinking of. There's even like thinking of a hockey game even. But I'm gonna keep it basketball. I want Game 6, 1998 finals.
I was thinking that one. That would be cool.
I understand everybody says Game 7 is the two best words in sports. I think a Game 6 is ultimately better, especially when the road team wins. I understand that's going to bring up haunted memories of 2022 NBA Finals, but it is what it is. Curry was a demon. I've never been so scared of a player in my life. But Game 6, the shot, the final breath of a phoenix that was reborn 3 years prior to the same form that he once was. Arguably arguably the most clutch player in NBA history, arguably the greatest player in NBA history, depending on who you ask. I very much understand the argument. Capped off his second trilogy with such awe and manner, stole the ball from Malone on the other end to set up the shot after he took away the MVP from him. Game 6, the shot.
Love
That's
it.
my number 3.
Let's also do an honorable mention.
But we still have 2 more picks.
I technically, I already have one because I already have my number 4.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I don't want to put this honorable mention at 5. Number 4, Man City, Real Madrid, leg 2 Champions League semifinals in 2023. What a game. What just a matchup overall, just from leg 1 to leg 2. They won that game 4-0 to send them to the Champions League final. Just absolutely destroyed Madrid. And dude, that atmosphere was just electric that day. It would have been so cool to go to. Yeah. That's my number 4.
Fair enough. It's a good pick. This is where it gets tough.
I don't know what to do for my 5th. I don't know whether to go basketball, football.
The thing with me in football, I just I'm not like a big watching person for football kind of
Yeah, because it's a little slower in person.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought there'd be games that'd be really cool to beat. Like those Bears-Packers games last season would probably been electric.
No, never mind. I got a pick.
Let's hear it.
Hold on. I'm just going to confirm the exact year just so I don't mess it up. Yep, got it. Okay. I want the 2006 Rose Bowl between UCLA and Texas. Texas won 41-38. Vince Young versus Reggie Bush. I mean, what a game. Vince Young had 267 yards passing, 200 yards rushing, and 3 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
To beat what is historically known as like probably the greatest game in college football. So 2006 Rose Bowl. Jonah, your 5th and final pick. Before
I know. I'm trying to think. There's so many good sporting moments. Thinking like Larry Bird era. I'm thinking Tom Brady era. I'm thinking so many just good basketball, whether it was the 90s or even just, any kind of game within the last, 10, 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't no idea where to go with this 5th pick. I would say, I don't even remember. This is hard.
Yeah. It's tough.
There's a couple. I'd probably go, I don't know what game exactly, but what was it, the 2015 Warriors Cavs finals? That was good. I don't know, dude. I can't really think of like enough. Actually, I'm going to pivot completely. I'm pivoting completely.
Okay.
We're going to the 2022 World Cup final, France, Argentina.
That's a great pick.
I think that 3-3 went to extra time.
The PK. Oh, they scored it. They each scored in extra time.
And then it went to 3-3
penalties and
then what a game. Yeah, I'm going 2022 World Cup final.
I mean, that is one of the greatest finals history.
Yeah,
it is one of the best.
Yeah, that one was so fun. I remember watching that. It was like in December. That was a good one. I do an honorable mention, but I don't think you're gonna pick it here, number 5.
I don't think I will, but
I'll wait on it though. I might have 2 honorable mentions.
This is tough. I'm thinking like I could go college football. I could go college basketball. Like Villanova, UNC would be a cool one. Kansas, Memphis from 08 would have been a cool one. But I'm going to go.
Dude, there's so many good sporting events, sporting moments. We haven't even touched hockey.
Yeah. I'm going to go Game 7, 2016. Warriors, Cavs.
That's a good one.
The block from James. I mean, we talked about it last week or last episode or whenever we talked about. No, it was last episode when we talked about our top 5 like finals teams or champions in the past 25 years, in our opinion. And they were my second pick for an obvious reason, and a lot of it is because of this game specifically.
Mm-hmm.
93, 89 final. So what a game. I remember watching that live, and when the block happened, it was one of the crazier moments I've ever seen with my own 2 eyes.
I was rooting for the Warriors, dude. I wanted the Warriors to win that so badly.
I wanted the Cavs. I wanted the Cavs.
That was when I was a LeBron hater.
That's fair. It's fair. I'm not going to bash you on that because I
loved Clay. I loved Steph. I was like, hell yeah.
I was a massive Steph and Clay fan, but it was more so I just loved Kyrie and Bron.
See, I hated Kyrie.
That's fair.
Didn't like LeBron.
Little did you know, 2 years later, wearing the green and white.
Yeah, for like 2 years, and then now it's still fuck Kyrie.
Yeah, that's fair.
Still have my Kyrie Celtics jersey. Been meaning to burn that for the last 8 years.
It's a tough jersey though. All the highlights. Him and
pretty tough, dude.
The spin through on Brogdon and Middleton is still the coolest highlight of all time.
On their old court. That was like the second game of the season.
Court.
My God, I remember that. I was watching that at my grandma's house.
That was tough. And then the one he did on Curry, like the where he kind of left the ball in space and then shifted the other way. That was tough. Jonah, what's your honorable mention?
I have 2.
I'm listening.
The first one is not as good as the second one, but it's still great. 2016 World Series Game 7, Chicago versus Cleveland.
It's a good one. That's a great pick, actually.
Because it went.
I was considering
sick
that.
To be
I was
there.
considering that.
That would have been cool to be there. That atmosphere would probably have been insane. They hadn't won it in like 100 years.
108.
108 years.
Yeah.
Went to extra innings.
Yep.
There wasn't there a rain delay. It was like, oh my God.
There was a rain delay. Rajay Davis had the homer in the 9th to tie it up against Chapman.
It's like
David Ross in his final game of his career with the homer earlier in the game. And then just you see Chris Bryant smiling as he's fielding the grounder. Ben Zobrist with the double down the line, make it 8-6. They score the run in the 10th to make it 8-7.
Was Chicago home?
No, it was in Cleveland.
Oh, I thought it was in Chicago for some reason.
No, it was in Cleveland.
You know what I have liked to? Would have loved to have been outside of Wrigley Field watching that game.
That's fair.
I think that would have been fun in Wrigleyville. That'd have been cool. My number 2 is the last game of the Premier League season, 2012, City versus QPR.
Aguero!
The Aguero 3-2. Balotelli, Aguero.
And then Josh Hart running around like a madman.
It's just, what? I mean, down 2-1 going into extra time. United had won their game 1-0 to clinch the league, and then they come out, score 2 goals in the last 3 minutes of extra time, and it's just like, wow, to win the league, so good. I know a lot of soccer on there, but I feel there's so many like iconic moments in soccer like that.
I just thought of a soccer one, and I just put it down as an honorable mention. But I'm going to go honorable mention before that. I have 2 before I'm going to say the soccer one. One of them is 51 Philly. It's Game 7, 2023, Eastern Conference semifinal.
JT,
51-point game in Game 7. The other one that I want to see basketball-wise, because I think this is I have 2 weird ones where I love seeing a player kill in a hostile environment.
Mm-hmm.
If I could have seen prime villain Miami James Game 6, 2012 in Boston, in person, that would have gave me night terrors. But I would have been so down. And as well,
speaking back to that team,
63 Jordan, that would have been sick.
Game,
so.
That Game 6 Ray Allen shot would be a really good one to have on too.
Yeah, sit next to Chris Smoove. My soccer one, though, can't remember the year. I think it might have been 2011. Real Madrid, FC Barcelona winning 5-0 in the Bernabeu. And the silence. And this is that's prime time of my brother and I would play FIFA. None of us really watch soccer. Yeah. And I would always hammer B because I didn't understand that you were supposed to tap it to just have kind of light power on it, whatever. But watching the recent the media clips of what was your worst game of your career, what was the worst atmosphere, and Marcelo and Iker Casillas talking about the 5-0 in the Bernabeu, and then Messi just hobbled, walking off ever so slowly from one end of the pitch onto the middle, and just there's nothing that they could do. There was nothing when the best player of all time walks into your building and shows why he's the best player in the world.
Yeah.
So that or 2012 World Cup final.
Mm-hmm.
In South Africa. That was a great one. Germany, Spain? No, that was... No, I'm thinking 2010. 2010, excuse me. That was Netherlands, Spain. Spain won. Germany, Spain, I want to say was 2014 in Brazil.
2014, yeah, because
Germany beat Brazil 7-1.
Not in the
in the semifinal.
Yeah, because the final was Germany, Argentina.
Oh, it was Argentina. I thought it was Spain.
Third place, Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Germany beat Brazil 7-1 in the most shocking result in football history. In the semis, yeah. Luis Suarez, shout out.
Mm-hmm.
See, hell, even the most recent, what was it, the 2024 men's gold medal basketball game would have been insane.
Against France, yeah.
That would
have been... I mean, the Serbia game even would have been an awesome one.
Serbia, both of those. Like, oh my God. That France for the
my
goal,
godparents' son was at that game.
That's cool.
He sat next to Jimmy Fallon.
No way.
And his son was with him. Like their entire family went to the Olympics and everything for that summer. Went to France and everything. He has a hat that is signed by Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony, Draymond Green, and Victor Wembanyama.
Imagine you threw Jimmy Fallon on there.
I would burn the hat immediately. That is not hyperbole.
What would be a few more really just great games in recent years?
Game 1 of the 2024 finals would have been sick, just to see the Avalanche with Kristaps coming back and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Milwaukee game 6 in Milwaukee, was it?
Yeah, 50-point game, Giannis, 50-point. I feel like there's got to be a bubble game that would have been so sick to go to.
TJ Warren 50 ball?
That would be so... I feel like going to a bubble game in person would have actually been so cool. Like, imagine like
Game 5 where Jimmy had that like all-out triple-double and he was at the end of he was on the baseline like hunched over. That would have been sick.
The Nuggets had a good couple series against Utah and Clippers, right?
Yep.
2 game 7s.
Mm-hmm. That was fun.
I'm sure there was some good specific game in there. That Lakers one where AD hit the game winner.
Yep, that was tough. Luka game winner against the Clippers.
Oh, the Clippers. That was a good one. Dude, I love the bubble. The bubble was so fun.
Everybody hates on the bubble ring. No,
it was pure basketball.
I respect the bubble ring a lot. It was awesome.
I just liked the it was like it was true ball. And watching on TV was so fun. I was like, what do you want to watch?
Like
NBA bubble today.
Dame went bonkers. The Suns went 8-0.
Yeah, Booker in the bubble.
Like that turnaround jumper, that turnaround fade on the Clippers,
just
that was
laying on the ground.
Yeah.
I remember Luka's step back against the
Luka's step back was demon.
I was golfing when that happened. I was watching my phone. That was fun.
Yeah. Good times.
Masters 2019?
2019 with Tiger. Yep.
To come back.
I mean, if I could have seen like, so many golf ones I should have done.
I think I'm smaller.
I would have 2015. I would have wanted to seen Prime Spieth.
Yeah, that would have been cool. I'm thinking now back to 2022. Last day of the Premier League, City versus Villa, down 2-0 in the 75th, end up winning the game 3-2 to win the Premier League.
2001 Tiger, just any of the slams.
I felt like the 08 Celtics.
I was thinking about 08 Celtics, but I just was like, I did them last time.
Yeah. Any good hockey? I feel the early 2010s has some good hockey.
I just can't remember like specific games.
Yeah.
Like, I think the only one I can think of is like 2011 or 2012 Game 7, where it was Toronto versus the Bruins. No, the Bruins won, but they were down 3-0 in the game. And then in the third period, they scored the 4 goals and won.
Red Sox.
Game 7, 2011 against, I think it was 2011 then when they beat Toronto, or maybe it was 2013. I can't remember. But 2011 Game 7 in Vancouver, that would have been sick.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
What about, I'm trying to think of like, that Seahawks-Pats Super Bowl would have been cool.
49, yeah.
Yeah, there's so many good sporting events out there.
I mean,
so many good memories.
And what's so great is you could come up with like a whole list. We could ask a whole different person. They could have a whole different 10.
Completely.
Like whoever you ask, it's going to be a completely different answer, which is great.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, episode 50. Jonah, any final words for the people out there before I skedaddle off to lunch?
Yeah, I don't know when we're recording next, but
I think we'll probably be some point this week.
This week, yeah. I know Champions League finals next Saturday, but we'll probably record between now and then. So
yeah. We'll figure out if we're gonna get another episode out, because this episode will go out tomorrow, as in Tuesday, the
today's
26th.
Monday. It feels like a Sunday.
I know.
Damn.
But
maybe we'll rip
only
a
4-day week.
Thursday.
Thank God. We could do a Thursday for a Friday, and then we'll just go back to normal after that, essentially. Because I think low-key by then, we could be going into Game 6. We would be going into Game 6. So we might do a weekend episode. We might do a weekend, and then we'll figure it out, and we'll go from there. But
yeah. Perfect.
But ladies and gentlemen, we really appreciate you sticking with the pod for this past year, this journey that we've been on. Appreciate Jonah for texting me that one day in May saying we got to get the pod back going. And 30 episodes later, here we are. Trying to make it the dream, trying to still work our way to getting this full time, if ever.
That'd be so fun.
That'd be sick. But until that day comes, we really appreciate you listening. Follow along the journey on the social pages on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. All the links are down below. But until next episode, we'll talk to you later. Peace out.